What's going on YouTube? This is Chaos-Reighn here. Today I'm going to be showing you a little bit about how to make your best in slot toxic rain bow. So, I will say I've already gotten a bit of a head start on it. And that's mainly because I actually was really, into recording the video, into the steps and everything like that. And I ran out of Veiled Chaos, so I had to take a break. I got very, very unlucky with it. But however, with this time around, I'm going to show you basically step by step, without actually doing it unfortunately, but step by step what I did. So, first things first. There is a common misconception about when you're supposed to, use certain things. So I decided I'm going to start with the menagerie. Now, as you can see here, our bow is relatively close to being finished. I already have it almost done, but let me explain to you how I got to this point. So first things first. What we did is we got chaos damage over time multiplier, and it happened to be rolled with another prefix. Now normally people would imprint and try and annul the prefix off. However, I'm going to tell you that is wrong, and it is wasting a potential imprint and an annul and everything like that. As you see, I only have 14 annuls and I'm in standard. I do a lot of crafting in standard. So, ideally, what you want to do is you want to regal and hope that you hit a second prefix. So you have two prefixes and one suffix. And here's why. So you're going to be removing these prefixes literally instantly as soon as you go to do the next step after that. So let's say, for example, we have right here, this is an example of our imprint. Our imprint says Sparking Thicket Bow of Liquefaction. Now Sparking was like tier 6, tier 7 lightning damage, and Liquefaction is the tier 1 damage over time multiplier. As you can see right there, Liquefaction. Now, what happened is initially I imprinted, and then I regaled, and I hit a suffix. So when you hit a suffix, that's bad because you want to try and annul the suffix at that point. At that point, I decided to annul, and I hit the damage over time, so I immediately applied the imprint, and went and imprinted it again, and hit regal. This time I hit a random prefix, which basically set me into a loop of, what do I do here? Where do I go from here? So, it's really easy. Excuse me, Alright. First, you have to do, can have 3 crafted modifiers, cannot roll attack modifiers, and the last mod you have to craft is suffixes can't be changed. After that, you have to apply a Veiled Chaos Orb. So, just to kind of show you, what we're looking at, I'm going to go ahead and put an imprint beast in, and whenever you put an item in, if you go down here, there is create an imprint of an item. Currently, I only have 2 in here. However, these are all imprint beasts, which I bought for relatively cheap off of a friend, just so I can make this video and kind of show you a guide. After you have the tier 1 dot multi and 1 or 2 prefixes, you're golden, because now you can fill in your suffixes with can have 3 crafted modifiers and cannot roll attack modifiers. Then your last prefix, if you have 2 already, would be suffixes can't be changed, and that will prevent you from removing those crafts and getting rid of your Veiled Chaos. On top of it, as you see here, we actually hit the Veiled Chaos, and it happened to hit Paragons, which is relatively common. I hit it 2 or 3 times. However, I will say that I got relatively unlucky, and this is I'm going on my 5th attempt, so 10 exalts just in the Veiled Chaos orb crafting alone. Now, Veiled Chaos Orbs in Standard on console are relatively expensive. I bought 9, I think, or 8 for 3x30C. I know they're really cheap in League, and on PC they are even cheaper, so if you're a player from there, then you can obviously get yours better. Now, some would say this is actually good, the attacks with weapons penetrate Chaos Res is cool, but if I remember correctly, the hits is what penetrate, and everything else, like the damage over time, all of that isn't considered an attack, it's considered another effect altogether. So, it's not very good. I also hit physical damage over time, in which case you would have some sort of physical bow. Maybe not necessarily a bleed bow, but like something like it. I have no idea exactly what, maybe corrupted blood or something. I don't know what corrupted blood uses, but that's what I figured, would use that. So we're going to go back to our hideout. and we're going to show you what the next step is from here. The next step being an easy step of adding suffixes can't be changed once again. So let's go to our crafting bench here. Now ideally it's a 1 in 3 shot that you hit the chaos damage overtime multi. I was unlucky and I'm on my 5th shot, but you know, we're gonna do it anyway because we have a lot of currency in standard. So we go suffixes can't be changed, then we go veiled chaos orb. Looks like we hit the +1 again, which like I said is relatively common, so that saves us an exalt. Then we go here and unveil. And it looks like we got a couple of meh ones again, such as the poison. So we just go ahead and craft that on. So now we're 10 exalts into our veiled chaos orb crafting. So we go suffixes can't be changed again. And you can kind of see where this is where this is going from here. So then we veiled chaos again. This time we didn't hit the +1, so we have to spend an extra X. But if we hit our chaos damage overtime multi, we're done. And there it is. So this is 10 exalts or 12 exalts into it as far as the overall cost. Now we put in chaos damage overtime multiplier, and then because we already have the cannot roll attack modifiers, you can do one of two things. The first thing is, if you have it, I think I have one, let me see, I do, augment a non-influenced rare item with a new modifier. So I can just go bam, augment, and I get the +1 gems, and as you see that saves me an exalt. From there, we have our bow, which is almost done, with tier 1 chosen chaos dot +1. Now we have to remove crafted modifiers. Remove crafted modifiers. Then we can have 3 crafted modifiers. Can have up to 3 crafted modifiers. Boom. Then we craft support gems, so SUPP. That's so far that is 4 more exalts. Boom. Then we craft attack speed. So there are 2 ways we can go about it. First, we can pay an exalt to craft the 13% attack speed. Or if you go down, there should be one that's quality and attack speed somewhere down here. It's up to 10% attack speed, quality and attack speed, but it only gives you 12 quality. Now, this is 10% attack speed or 12% quality, and if you remember, there is a harvest craft that says quality is equivalent to attack speed. Well, 30 would go to 42, so you would only get 1 more attack speed. You would only go to 11% attack speed. So doing this on this specific bow is a bust. Instead, you're going to go ahead and for sure do the just normal attack speed, because it goes up to 13%. So at 13%, we have our bow essentially done. So we go 11 to 13% attack speed, and our bow is done. Now we go ahead and post it in global. Want to sell new bow, smiley face. There you go. And as you can see, we have a really strong in-game GG bow. The overall crafting cost of this bow, I would like to say, is somewhere along the lines of, let's see, it was 10 exalts initially, the alts, maybe 1 exalt worth of alts. I spent a total of 2 imprint beasts, and one of them's right there. So that's 2 imprint beasts for that, which I paid an exalt each, so we're looking at 15. I'm going to go ahead and say it's 20 to 25 plus exalts to make the bow the way it is. However, the DPS will speak for itself if you decide to use this bow and, you know, mess around with it in League or in Standard or wherever you're playing with it. Now, if you guys like this video or have any guides or tips or points or whatever, you're free to message me and whatnot. If you have any requests on future videos, please feel free to send me a message on one of my comments, or if you know me on PlayStation, feel free to ask me about a guide on how to craft anything that I know how to craft. For the most part, I can teach you how to craft everything I'm wearing and more. Now, unfortunately, these harvest crafts, they're not going to be possible to a T but I can teach you relatively how to craft these in current state without being like all perfect reses and stuff like that. Excuse me. Well, without further ado, this has been Chaos-Reighn. I do hope you guys enjoy it. And one last flash of our new bow to throw into our tab. I hope you guys like it, and I hope you guys do appreciate the whole effort that went out into making this video. And you know, this is just something I felt I should, you know, bring to the table to show people, you know, hey, these aren't hard crafts. Yeah, sure, you do have to throw exalts at it, but if this is your in-game bow, which most likely this is, you're going to need to know these crafts to make something really insane. And the faster you learn about the Veiled Chaos Orb crafting before the new league, the better, because if you can snag up some Veiled Chaos early in league to make some GG gear, I would highly, highly recommend it. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, everybody, take it easy, and have a good night.